Okay guys, so today I want to show you how to create this Polaroid effect. The only additional component you're gonna need is my fusion composition that you can get from my Coffee page. All the rest can be done in free Davinci Resolve. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. Let me grab an example footage, an example JPEG. Just put it in a timeline and make sure it's in the second layer so that you can put a background beneath. As a background, I'm gonna use from effects, generators, I'm gonna use solid color. Just drag it to the timeline. And of course, in the inspector, change its color to white. Now let me go back to my photo, and also in the inspector, I will change the zoom and position. Next, going to solid color, also in the inspector, but this time make sure you switch to settings. I will uncheck this anchor so I can modify X and Y zoom separately, and I will adjust it accordingly to something like this. Let's say this is our Polaroid. Now, make sure that your picture and your background have the same length. So a couple of seconds is okay. Now select them both and right-click New Compound Clip. You can name it if you want and create. Now we need to switch to Fusion page, but don't worry, this is really simple. We're gonna use my Fusion composition there, so click it. And in here, you got only media out, media in. Now we need to use my Fusion composition, so once downloaded, you should have polaroidfx.com file that you need to open with a text editor. In Windows, you can use open with Notepad, and you should see the code like that. Make sure you select it all, so Ctrl A and copy it, Ctrl C. Now go back to Fusion, and somewhere in the Notes panel, paste it Ctrl V. That should create two additional nodes, transform node and a group of nodes, Polaroid. Now you need to disconnect your media in one from media out, so hover your cursor somewhere over this arrow. Once it turns into blue, double click it and it's disconnected. Then connect your media in one with the transform node, so simply drag it over the yellow triangle, which is input. And finally connect Polaroid group of nodes into media out, so the same, like this. And you can go back to the edit page. In the edit page, you should see the effect of this printing Polaroid. It's totally up to you how you want to animate it further. So let's say we want to animate this once the printing is ready, we will animate this photo, this Polaroid to top right. So in the inspector, create keyframes for zoom, position and rotation, for instance. Go a couple of frames farther and position it to your needs. Maybe add some rotation as well. And this is basically it. So this is how it looks. You can, of course, go to keyframes tab where you can add some smoothness, some polyline. So open keyframes. In here, you should see only controls that have keyframes. If not, open this three-dot menu and check display parameters with keyframes. Then go to this view, keyframe curves. You can select them all and choose, for instance, is in and out, like so it's more organic. So this is what we get from the beginning. You can add a background beneath, so let me move it up one layer, go to effects, generators. Let me choose again a solid background. I'll change the color to gray, for instance. And of course, you can apply other effects on top of it. So I think a good one is a drop shadow. So from the open effects, search for drop shadow and drag it over the compound clip. That will add a shadow to it. You can go farther with that. Let me make a copy of this compound clip. Of course, you're gonna use different photos, but this is just for a learning purpose. I will make a copy of this clip, so the easiest way to do it is by holding Alt and drag it up. So we got a copy of it. So let's say this is another picture that is printing. It will start printing right after, yeah, somewhere around here. Let me change my timeline resolution to half so the preview is smoother. Okay, so I got something like this. So what you can do as well is to add some blurriness to the photo that is already printed and moved away. Let's add Gaussian blur to it and animate as well, keyframe the strength. Somewhere around here I will create first keyframes, and once it reaches its destination I will create another ones. Go back to the previous to the first keyframe or the previous keyframe. You can click this arrow, and in here I will set it to 0, so it will start to be looking blurry once it's printed and it's moving away. Of course it's too strong, so I will add just a bit of blurriness so it looks out of focus. And this is what we got so far. And you can proceed with multiple layers, multiple effects stacked on each other, and add drop shadow, Gaussian blur, keyframe it, and so on. It's totally up to you how you want to use my Polaroid printing effect. Hope you're gonna enjoy it, hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my other tutorials. Cheers, and see you in the next one.